she went and did the garba on stage. Like, there was like a garba, and then she was like up on stage. The garba was a dance, but she did the performance for that, which was really a big deal. Amisha Patel, and I knew who that was. And I decided to get a ticket. This is how this all started. I decided to go ahead and get a ticket for this. And this is the second ticket I ever bought. I bought a ticket for the Karina Krishna event too, earlier. But I bought a ticket for the Amisha Patel, which didn't cost a lot of money. But I had to pay for it. And I came to the event, and I brought up, I think that is when I had my SLR. That's when I had just bought my SLR. First SLR camera. And he says, is it okay if I take some pictures of Amisha? And he says, yeah, you can. And he told me where to be, where she would come through. There was a double set of doors. And when she came through, she ran. She had to run to get up on stage. Because she was afraid of getting mobbed or something. And I got a beautiful picture of her. Even though she was running by me, like, I got a really nice picture of her. And I was going to try to get her autograph. And I gave them a poster and they put it on the wall. It was like a concrete block wall. It was painted. And at the end of the show, I figured, well, I probably didn't get the autograph. And I went to get the poster and I didn't get the autograph. And the poster was missing. And I went to somebody that would know what was going on, and I said, do you have the poster? And I was kind of looking for it, and they said, we don't have it, but show up at such and such a place, and this was like in Chicago, it was near the airport. Show up at this hotel, not a motel, but a hotel, big hotel. Show up at this place at a certain time and be near the elevator. I got a picture of her coming off the elevator. They allowed me to take like a few pictures of her when she went to the airport from the hotel. And then he got my phone number or something, and after that is when he called me to go to this other presenter. I don't remember how we contacted each other, but I think he had my phone number. But that's how I got in. It's just by asking if I could take a picture of someone that I like, And it turned out, later on I kind of figured it out, I was one of the few people that had this kind of camera. Not too many people had those. The world was still sort of in the film camera, because I remember when I went to the Karina event, Krishna and Karina came. It was a beautiful program. And everything was still film. And I didn't have the SLR yet. I had the G2, which was the first camera I bought, which is a digital camera. And they wouldn't let me bring it in. They said, that's a professional camera, you can't bring that in. And they said, you can bring a Walgreens camera in, those disposable ones, and I did. I brought one in. It didn't get anything either. But I remember I really enjoyed that show. I had like the nosebleed seats. I really enjoyed the program, though. It was really a beautiful program. Both Karishma and Karina were in that. And later on, years later, I got her autograph. I got Karina's autograph. But the way I got in was the second show that I went to, that I paid a ticket to go to, which was Amisha Patel. That's how I got in. Babish ran that program. I didn't know it, that I would ever make a difference to me. That's how I got into that, and it lasted me like 12 years or more. I was able to do shows for 12 years for him, and some of them he paid me. Some of them were free, but he let me on stage and let me go back stage and stuff. I had full run of the whole place. I remember the programs, there were all these guards. And I remember they'd be like up against the gate, like someone holding back a dam. and he'd lift up his tummy and let me through. Lift up his back. Nobody else could go through. But when I came, he'd let me through. Let me go underneath him. And nobody else could go through. And there was gates like this at the shows. There was gates on the side too. But they let the photographers through, but they were the only ones allowed in the pit. And then there was a gate on the side where you could go backstage, and they called the people that went with the stars, they called them the entourage, and this is a word that Cryon used too. And I think maybe some of these people knew Cryon, and it became like a word that circulated, entourage. And Cryon, I think, is the one that originated that. You get words that kind of start, that people use it a lot. Somebody started that, and I think Cryon might have started that one. And I was part of the entourage. I was with people that went around the stars with the cameras and the whole group of people that go around them. The producer, the cameraman, the people that work with the actors and actresses for props and stuff like that. I was part of that. So I was part of the entourage. And people knew me in Devon Avenue. I was almost like a mini celebrity of my own. I'd go downtown and people recognized me. They knew who I was. And this was back when video, when the DVDs and the CDs were still popular. Now, those started fading. Okay, you gotta slow down. Those started fading like 10 years ago or something. Okay, was there an accident up here? I don't know, maybe just the car being here slowed everybody down. But they used to sell all this stuff. When I first went to Indiatown, everything was all in these video stores. You could buy the posters, you could buy the DVDs, you could buy the VHS tapes. And now, as of maybe 10 years ago, everything, you could buy it online or something, and you could download it. And so it kind of, the death of the DVD kind of killed these beautiful stores. I remember one of them had pictures on the ceiling of all these stars from the posters. They cut them out. They'd cut them out, the profile out from the posters, and they put them on the ceiling. I mean, they had these beautiful posters all over. Colorful. And now all those video stores are closed, and I remember when they started closing, I knew some of them. I knew some of the people. They knew me, and they let me have some of the posters, and a lot of the stuff I think got thrown out. But those video stores are all gone. There's one store that sells books and stuff, and so they maybe don't sell quite as many DVDs and stuff. I think the stuff's still sold, but most of the video stores are gone. And some of them pirated the movies, yeah. So you had to be careful what you buy, because if you wanted to get an autograph, you didn't want to autograph a pirated copy. And so I made sure that, because the pirates didn't have there's like an ID on it, like they have like a foil, like a hologram on it. So once I realized that I could get these autographed, I think I bought a few pirates without even realizing it, because pirates are cheap. After that, I started buying the real ones. I made sure that they were the authentic ones. So the ones I have autographed are real. You don't want to. I mean, I got Mahima's autograph, and it has the authentication on it for being a real copy, not a pirated copy. But Babish paid me to follow Mahima around, and she signed a poster and a DVD. Okay, we're really getting close. I think I was a little bashful to following this beautiful woman around with a camera. Just get back over there. But I followed her around for the whole day.